So, part 3, extended writing, question 1. Reviews required. Have you been to any impressive restaurants lately? Send us your review. Say what you enjoyed the most at the restaurant, what you recommend the restaurant to your friends, and why. The best review will be published in our magazine. So, this question is pretty much straight to the point, in which they ask you whether or not you have been to an impressive restaurant as of late. So I think the majority of us do go out to eat half the time, if not more than half the time. And it's safe to say that there are certain restaurants that may be above our expectations, and that is exactly what they are asking us to write about. Impressive restaurants, meaning restaurants that really blow your minds in terms of maybe the service or the food quality or both. So, the idea for this type of essay is that you want to describe a restaurant that you were impressed by, and you want to describe all the reasons to why you would recommend the place. So, an example of a model answer or an exemplary essay would be like this. Part 3, extended writing answer. The Good Food Restaurant is a quaint and minimalistic designed food place located in Petaling Jaya. A lot of people become quickly attached to the place once they've gotten an initial taste of the dishes served at the restaurant. It is rightfully a favorite among locals as it houses a unique take on varying kinds of sandwiches and comfort food. The restaurant's strategic location within the streets of Uptown Damansara Utama gives it an undeniable advantage. Passerbyers will immediately notice its existence and can be automatically drawn to its large monochromatic signboard. The restaurant has an evident Nordic influence with a pleasing color palette and clean cut finishing. A subtle ode to the fact that they want nothing, not even a potentially overwhelming ambiance, to distract customers from the main attraction, the food. The serene and tranquil atmosphere also deems it an appropriate place for those who want to enjoy a good meal with a close friend or with someone they want to spend quality time with. The restaurant serves a wide variety of sandwiches with numerous topping options like tuna salad, chicken salad, roast beef, avocado, cucumber and cream cheese, and others, paired with various bread options, including whole wheat, parmesan oregano, white bread, and even brioche bread. Fan favorite comfort food like lasagna, lamb stew, chicken pot pie, and homemade mushroom soup are also featured on the menu. My personal favorite is the roast beef sandwich on the lightly toasted parmesan oregano bread. The beef is so well marinated and made, paired perfectly with a rich and creamy special sauce, which complements the crunchy toasted bread it's served on. The freshness of the food ingredients used is commendable, from the freshly cooked meat to the warm baked bread that's baked on an hourly basis. The prices are slightly higher than the average restaurants within the area of Pataling Jaya, but it's easily overlooked once you consider superior food quality, generous portions, and an overall satisfying service demonstrated by the restaurant's staff. Suffice it to say that their frequent going customers agree with me as the place is almost always packed with people. To conclude, the Good Food Restaurant is a terrific place to check out if you value good food and a good time. So, let's review parts of the essay one by one. The first part. It's best to come up with a name for the restaurant that you're reviewing, or you can give an honest review of an actual restaurant that you've been to. It's up to you, but personally for me, I would prefer to come up with a name because I wouldn't want to waste time recalling any actual restaurant that I've been to in the past. So it's probably quicker and easier to just come up with any realistically named restaurant. And you want to introduce this restaurant by giving some of the main points or the key features in which you can say it is a comfortable place, or maybe it's a roadside stall. Is it indoors? Is it outdoors? So give it its basic description and give a brief introduction on the restaurant that you're going to write an entire essay about. Then, once you have given that brief description at the beginning of the first paragraph, you will continue to elaborate on those points in the second paragraph. Here in the second paragraph, the restaurant's strategic location within the streets of Uptown Damansara Utama gives it an undeniable advantage. Passerbyers will immediately notice its existence and be automatically drawn to its large monochromatic signboard. Here, you're basically describing how and why anyone would actually notice this restaurant. You can explain whether or not the location is strategic, maybe they have a very brightly lit signboard, or maybe they are within an area that people frequent to. Then you should describe specifically the interior of the restaurant. What kind of vibe does it give you? What is the ambience like? What is the atmosphere like? Some restaurants are noisy, some are very dimly lit, perhaps for that romantic atmosphere. Some are very brightly lit, and some are casual, giving it that less than intimidating atmosphere, the sort of place where people wouldn't think twice about entering. So, for this particular restaurant that we're reviewing, it has an evident Nordic influence, with a pleasing color palette and clean cut finishing. A subtle ode to the fact that they want nothing, not even a potentially overwhelming ambiance, to distract customers from the main attraction, the food. So, with this description, you're basically saying that this place is all about the food and they don't bother with any elaborate designs or any elaborate interior decorating concepts to distract us or distract the customers from what they really want us to enjoy, which is good food. The serene and tranquil atmosphere also deems it an appropriate place for those who want to enjoy a good meal with a close friend or with someone they want to spend quality time with. So I think we all know that different restaurants have different ambience. Some casual places tend to be noisy and they might be bustling with people. Some places have loud music for people who want to have a good time or maybe relax or dance on the dance floor. And other places are probably a little more quiet and are suitable for those who want to get acquainted with one another. And that is exactly what I am trying to describe about this restaurant. It's a perfectly calm, tranquil place where people can enjoy good food in good silence. Now, the next paragraph should be focused on the types of food served there, and it's best to keep it interesting by mentioning a few, describing a few, or perhaps emphasizing on your favorite meal or favorite dish. So, the restaurant serves a wide variety of sandwiches with numerous topping options, like tuna salad, chicken salad, roast beef, avocado, cucumber, and cream cheese. So the idea here is to show that the restaurant has a variety of things to offer. For people who perhaps prefer fish, they will have tuna. For those who have any allergies, can maybe opt for chicken instead. And for those who like red meat, they can have beef. And the vegans may have avocado, vegetarians can opt for cucumber and cream cheese. It shows that the restaurant houses a plethora of different options that caters for all different types of people. Fan favorite comfort food like lasagna, lamb stew, chicken pot pie, and homemade mushroom soup are also featured on the menu. This is to also include the fact that the restaurant serves heavier foods or heavier meals for people who are looking for more than just a sandwich. And the last part is where I describe my favorite dish on the menu. So this is the part where you can be as descriptive as possible. The next paragraph. The prices are slightly higher than the average restaurants within the area of Petaling Jaya, but it's easily overlooked once you consider superior food quality, generous portions, and overall satisfying service demonstrated by the restaurant staff. So at this point, you want to highlight certain aspects that people normally look for in a restaurant review. People are concerned about the food, yes, but they're also concerned about what they're about to spend if they were to eat here. So you should be honest on whether or not it's expensive or cheap. And you should also describe whether it is worth the price. If it is expensive, it is still somewhat valid if the food portion and food quality correlates to the price. And that's exactly what I explained here. And to finish the essay, to conclude, okay, I say the Good Food Restaurant is a terrific place to check out if you value good food and a good time.